Hello everyone in YouTube land. Today we're going to do a review on the HD Actioncam by Emerson, specifically for use in paintball, as this is a paintball channel for the most part. So, let's take a quick look here. Camera looks like this. Pretty small. It's comparable in size to a GoPro. It is plastic, but we'll get into that later. And obviously mine is yellow, which is unfortunate. They do come in other colors. This was just the only one that was available when I bought this. So let's talk about what it comes with real quick. First off, it comes with this little thing. This is a kind of a front shield that kind of clips over the front of the camera. I don't use this. I don't trust it. I don't think it's going to work very well. So it might work. I just haven't tried it, and I don't really care to. It also comes with this in conjunction with this. So this is kind of a plate that with the Velcro strap you're supposed to be able to attach it to the top of like a bike helmet. I was originally hoping that I would be able to use it to mount onto a mask, but unfortunately it's too wide to fit over the mesh or over the vents over the top. You can mount it on the side, but then the camera's sideways and the camera hangs out like that far. And for paintball it just would be stupid. So this, fairly worthless. But it does come with this. So this is a waterproof case. It's fairly thick plastic. It seals up nice in the back. Has buttons on the top so you can access everything. This is what I've been using. And this is also the camera mount. And this is a handlebar mount that I use to mount the gun to, or mount the camera to my barrel. But again, I'll talk more about that in a little bit. It also comes with a charge cable as well. It does not come with the micro SD. You have to purchase that separately, of course. So basically this review is intended to be a whether or not the camera is worth it as a cheap alternative to a GoPro or a Contour or something of that nature. Keep in mind, I don't have either of those, so this isn't necessarily the best review, but that said, I have used the camera 4 times so far, so I feel like I have at least a decent opinion of it so far. If things change, then I'll make another, like a part 2 video later on. So, like I said, this is a cheap alternative to a GoPro. It is cheap. They retail for about 50 bucks. You can get it cheaper in some locations if you look hard enough. And, you know, for 50 bucks, it's a heck of a camera. It takes 720p video, which isn't amazing, but it's not horrendous. You can see from my FPS videos on here on my channel that it works okay. It takes pretty good video. And it's actually pretty durable. I was kind of afraid of how much abuse it could take, but like I said, I played 4 times, and in that 4 times, you know, that's involved a lot of crawling, a lot of sliding, diving, and I've even taken a direct shot straight to the front of the camera, of the case here, and, you know, didn't even scratch it. And so far, you know, it's worked really well. Again, it's only 4 times, but that's, you know, several times speedballing, a lot of, like I said, a lot of diving, and it's still in remarkably good shape. So it's pretty good in that regard. So let's talk about some cons. First off, the audio sucks, which, from what I understand, is pretty typical of most cameras like this. Now, if I just turn it on and record myself, it's not too bad, but once you put it in the case, you put it on front of a gun, and, you know, there's shooting going on, you can't hear anything. So I have a couple of woodsball videos that I don't have on my channel right now, because they're boring, because you can't hear all of the talking. You know, we were playing with walkie-talkies, and, you know, you can't hear any of it. So the video is me just kind of sitting in a bunker while I'm strategizing, and it just kind of sucks. The other thing that you might have noticed if you've watched some of the videos is that it has a fairly narrow lens compared to like a GoPro or a Contour. Those have, I don't actually know if it's a fisheye lens, but it kind of appears to be. This is a really broad lens. You can see all over the place, and it's really, really nice in that regard. This does not have that. It's a very narrow lens, which in some ways is a plus, because if I'm looking downfield, watching other people's videos on like a GoPro, if they're looking downfield, you have a hard time seeing their target sound range. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You can see kind of where their paint is going, but you can't necessarily see the target. With this, because it is a little more narrow, you can see better at longer distances, but at the same time, because it's so narrow, you can't do some of the cool shots that you can with a GoPro or a contour where it's looking back at you or what have you. And it also makes movement a lot more jarring because it's focused more. And the other thing that I don't really like about it is that it doesn't really come with any good mounting options. Now, with that, keep that in mind. With a GoPro, they don't really come with anything. You have to buy like everything separately. So it is nice that they come with, a way to mount this to your barrel, and they come with a case and everything. Especially for $50, you can't really complain. But I would have liked to be able to mount this directly to my mask, as it produces better videos, in my opinion. The thing about it being a barrel cam, which I talk about in my FPS videos, is that, if I'm playing, it's underneath my barrel or above it or what have you, a lot of times I'm in a bunker, I'm looking, all you can see is the bunker in front of me, and that's kind of boring to watch. With a helmet cam, you can see me looking around, you can see a lot more than just the bunker in front of me, which is, in my opinion, a lot more fun to watch. And with that, because I shoot a lot of right feed guns, like old Sheridan or, my Automag, having the camera basically up here, it mounts more or less right there, on this gun or my Piranha, that would be terrible. It really blocks your field of view. On a vertical feed gun, it's alright, but on a side feed gun, it sucks. So what I've been doing, is I've been putting it underneath, which is kind of annoying. You have to either take it out of the case to turn it on, or flip it upside down and then rotate it later on. It's kind of a pain, but again, it's $50. Now this and the front shield, they both have typical camera tripod mounts, which is nice. So there are probably ways to mount it to your camera. I just haven't really looked into that. And if you happen to know a way that would work, please let me know. I'd be very interested in knowing. Overall, like I said, I've used it a lot. I've taken a fair amount of video, and it's a decent camera. If you're looking at this, you want a helmet cam, a barrel cam, whatever, but you don't want to drop $100, $200 on a GoPro or a contour, and then all the other money for all of the other accessories that you would probably need. This is a great alternative. You buy the camera for $50 or cheaper, you spend however much money on the SD card, and you can go play. It's not as nice, and it's probably not as durable, but it's so much cheaper that I really, really think that you can't go wrong with this one if you're looking for a cheap camera. I really like it, and that's that. You can look forward to more videos coming up soon. I'll see if I can get some of those Woodsball videos up, but we'll see how good they are. So.